Oh.
They were very violent, like cussing at people that weren't even there. They were talking to people that weren't there.
That's funny.
One guy threw his pop across the room. He said, "I'm not eating this shit." And he threw his pop. And the lady, one of the girls is like, "You gotta eat some of your food." He said, "I'm not eating this nasty stuff." And he played in his, and yesterday he took his hamburger and he smashed it. And he's put it on his salad and he was talking and saying, he's talking to it. And then
He's talking to it.
He flipped his salad and his burger upside down, and his salad's everywhere, and he's like, "Oh, screw this," and he gets up and walks away from the table. And then yesterday he's like, "I just want to be somewhere safe. I just don't want to be somewhere where I'm not safe." I said, "You're in the hospital, you're safe." He's like, "But I want them to give me the right medicine so I can go home." And I said, they're giving you the right meds. And I said, "You'll only be in here for a few days and then you can go home." He's like, "No, I'm not taking this med. It's not the right med for me to go home."
That's so
And then
weird.
the one guy was like, "Oh, he's in the CIA." And he's acting like he's on the phone. He's like, "Oh, fuck that guy. I'm going to go beat his ass."
That'd be a scary place to be.
It is. But it's weird because my room, Haley, I had to pray in my room for the evil spirits and negative energy to go out of my room. Because I was seeing these visions of these people, weird and crazy people in this room.
Uh-huh.
In my room, there's so much negative energy in that hospital down there.
Yeah.
Evil spirits. So I said, "God, these are your evil spirits have to go." I said, "I want good dreams," and I've had good dreams the last few days that after I prayed that. But it was so funny. He's like sitting there. He's like, "Man, what did he say?" Well, he said something. The guy that was on the meth, he's like, I'm trying to think what he said and how funny it was.
You'd have some funny jail stories.
Yeah. One lady was in there because she went. They put her in there. She was drunk and fighting the officers. She's a really nice lady. I talked to her and told her, "You're not going to come back here." I said, "Think about as many pills as I took and you only took a few and you didn't die." And I said, "As many as I took and I still didn't die." I said, "Don't try it again." And I said, "If you try to shoot yourself, you'll probably end up I said, "If we try to commit suicide, what if we end up paralyzed and worse off for the rest of our lives because we didn't, or taking pills made you retarded?" Because they told me I should have been retarded.
Oh.
And I couldn't hear when I was at the hospital because of the aspirin. The guy, he's talking to me. I said, "I can't hear you." He's like, "Okay, I'll speak up. This is," he's talking to me. But
Why couldn't you hear?
She talked constantly.
Why couldn't you hear?
Because the aspirin made my ears ring and I couldn't hear. They had to scream at me.
Weird.
When I was here on the couch and the paramedics were in here talking about
Wait,
every time they'd say something, I'd go, and they're like, "You're okay. You gotta focus on your breathing."
I'm
'Cause
sorry.
I was having panic attacks.
Okay, I was thinking. Yeah, I was trying to think. Oh, I was just thinking, you're like, "I can't hear you."
I did. And
I
he's
know.
like, "Okay, I'll talk up so you can hear me." I'm like,
That was
okay.
just funny to me. And I
Yeah.
just thought about that in my mind.
But yeah, had some funny things happening in there. The one guy that got there, that's on meth. Oh, I told you. He threw his pop across the room and said, "I'm not eating this shit." And then he smashed his burger and flipped it up, put it up on the salad. And then he walks over to my chair, next to my chair, and he's got his plate, the cover to his plate, and he's trying to shove it under the chair. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Just trying to level it out." And I said, "Okay."
Just trying to level it. I wouldn't feel
there
safe.
There was some crazy people in there, though. The one guy thought that his counselor put a chip in his head, and she does all this nice stuff because she loves him, and he's like, "Oh man, she sends messages to me through the TV. I'm telling you, she is great."
Why is he there?
Because he's crazy. He said he was so stressed out he thought about killing himself.
Oh.
But he didn't try.
But he was crazy. He's in there because he's crazy.
He thinks he's gonna put a stinking chip in. He said I had to get away from my bitchy ex-wife. I'm done with her and I'm moving in with my counselor. I said, well, I'm happy for you. I said, I hope it works out for you. I'm thinking he's crazy the whole time. Put a chip in his head and is making him think all this happy stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But the guy, John, the guy that took meth and ended up there, he tried to kill himself or cause some kind of problems. He's like, trying to think what. He was just funny. But that was funny when he flipped his sandwich or his burger over with the salad on top. And when he first got there, the one lady was trying to help him. She's like, you need to eat a little bit. He takes his juice and opens it up and starts rolling it on his plate all over his food. And he's like, oh, that was what he said to her. He said, fuck this shit. And then he just talked to himself. And then they gave him some Trazodone last night, the medicine they give me. And I heard him talking like crazy in his room. It kept waking me up because I kept hearing him talking. But he kept pulling the pull for help lights, and all the lights would go off, and people, the nurses would have to run in there and see what was going on. And they have a glass thing over the TV because people get violent and they throw stuff.
At the TV?
Yeah.
That's funny.
When I was there before, like 10 years ago, there was this guy. And I'm trying to think what he did. He would resist treatment, and they'd have to give him a shot in his butt with his medicine to calm him down. He liked me. I was married to Dad. He liked me. And remember we were at Walmart years ago, and he's like, where do I know you from? From rehab, huh? And I said, yep. And then we left. Like,
what?
A weirdo. I wasn't going to talk to him.
That's such a weird coincidence to see him there.
Yeah, he did. He's like, where do I know you from? Because he really liked me in the hospital.
That's weird.
And then one guy, he was in this like cowboy get-up, and he's like, he liked me. And then one year I was in there, there was this guy that found me on Plenty of Fish. He found me last year on Plenty of Fish, and he's like,
wait,
this year when me and John were broke up, he's like, you know, when I met you in the hospital, we saw him at the farmer's market too, and I was trying to tell you who he was. But he found me on Plenty of Fish. He said, when I met you, I was crazy, and I wasn't well, and I'm better, and I have a really good relationship with God, and I see things in a better light, and I'd really like to take you on a date. Like, that's not a good idea.
Why?
'Cause he's crazy.
Oh.
Two crazy people in a relationship is not a good idea.
Oh no.
I'm crazy enough for myself. But anyway, when I met him, he lives here in Midland, right down the street, and he's like, how about,
down this
he was
street?
Like, yeah, down the road, down Bay City.
Oh.
He was like, how would you like to walk and meet me? Because we were really close, and I'm like, sure. So we met to meet, just to meet, and we were walking. I didn't want him to come to the house and try to come in here and have sex with me or whatever. But anyway, we met, and he smelled like B.O., and his shirt had stains on it, and I'm like, nice first impression. He was high strung, like he needed his medicine. And then when I talked to him on Plenty of Fish, he said, yeah, last year when you met me, I wasn't right. I had some things I needed to take care of, but I'm better, and I have a relationship with God, and I'd really like to take you on a date. And I was thinking about, he's just got mental problems, and not going to be with somebody else that has mental problems too. John's crazy enough. No, he's not crazy. He just talks a lot.
Where are your eyebrows?
I paint them on usually.
Where are they?
Usually yours you don't have any right now either.
I don't have eyebrows ever. I'm just looking at you.
I usually pluck them, and then I draw them on.
Well, you pluck them.
Mascara. Right now I don't have any makeup on.
I see
usually
that.
when you see me, I have some kind of makeup
I
on
know.
every day. All day I always have makeup on. And when I take a shower, I wash it off, and then I put it back on.
Me
But
too.
my eyebrows are really light.
I was just looking at
For
you.
the last couple of years, I've been doing my eyebrows with
Yeah.
darkening them a little bit. And
I
I
know.
thought that too when I was at the hospital. I'm like, all my makeup's off. Ew, my eyebrows. I don't have eyebrows.
Yeah, I was just looking at you in this lighting and you just don't have eyebrows.
There's one guy at the hospital right now. He won't eat. For like 5 days, he's only drank pop, Coke.
Really?
He orders a Coke for lunch, and that's all he gets. Coke for lunch
Really
and
skinny?
dinner. And breakfast.
Was he really skinny?
No, he's an old guy, and he doesn't have any teeth. His kids, he went to go see his kids, and they called the police, and they came. He said, man, I was tortured once. They tried to put a rat up my penis. I said, oh, I'm sorry about that.
What?
Because rats, they can do some damage. And I was like, well, I'm sorry that happened to you. He's like, yeah, I tried to go see my kids, and they had me taken away. And they stole a bunch of money from him, and not his kids, people, cops.
How do you put a rat?
Because if you put, say you lay down and you put a rat on your stomach and you put a bowl over top of the rat on your stomach, it's gonna try to get out and it's gonna dig through your skin and try to get out.
That's a torture method, I know.
Yeah, and he said somebody tried to put a rat up his penis.
How do you even?
I don't know. No
Rats
idea,
are so
but
big.
Maybe he was crazy about that. Maybe that's something he made up.
Rats are like.
But the guy, the meth guy, he thought he had bugs on his food and on him. He kept going. And he's like, she's like, he sees bugs on his food. He's like, yeah, it's bullshit. Or, yeah, something like that. I'm like, so we were waiting. Thanksgiving, they were surprised a lot more people didn't come because of their relationships with their family. Some people end up there during Christmas time and Thanksgiving time because they're depressed because their family. And with COVID, I was surprised not more people came in. But we had some.
Did you ever like laugh, like break down laughing, like from stupid?
I laughed at the dude that said he had a chip in his head. I went in my room laughing. Oh, we got in the group got talking about sex. And the one guy, this older guy, he got in the conversation. But we were all sitting there, and this guy's like, man, I had a dream last night. And he's like, a what dream? And he's like, no. And then the one girl, she's like, oh, my shower won't get hot. And then the really good looking guy's like, well, John will share his shower with you.
Who?
The older guy that's on meth.
Oh.
That was on meth.
Oh.
And I thought that I was hearing conversations from different people, and the person they were talking about didn't hear them, but I heard it. So I'm sitting there and cracking up on everything everybody's saying.
That's funny.
But we had this walking thing going. There was this girl when we got there. She walked with everybody.
Did you have to wear
back down the hall, back down the hall?
Real quick, did you have to wear a mask the whole time?
No.
No. Okay.
We stopped after a few days. Because we got the COVID test every couple days.
Yeah. Okay.
So we didn't, but all the workers had to wear masks.
Oh.
But yeah, they tested us every few days. It hurts. We put it in, and my nose started watering, and my head. I had a headache on that side, and for hours. I took Tylenol, and it still didn't help. My stuff hurts. He's like, I'm so sorry. I really hate doing these tests on people because they really put it in all the way, and it touches your back, your sinuses, your sinus cavity. I'm trying to think of any other funny stories from being there. But my dreams were weird. I cheated on your dad with this guy I knew from school, but he was a kid. And we cheated on each other. I cheated on your dad with him out in public. There was a bunch of people, and we were having sex. Like he had his pants on, I had my pants on, but we were having sex. It was weird.
What?
And then all of a sudden, I wasn't your dad that I was with. It was my ex-boyfriend's brother that I cheated with. And then all of a sudden your dad was out of the picture. And then all these women kept coming up to me trying to beat me up, and I said, you don't know me. You don't know who trained me. You don't know what I can do to you. One girl come up to me, and I grabbed her by her hair and flung her across the ground, down the stairs, and then all these women kept coming at me, and I kept grabbing them by the hair and throwing them down the stairs.
What?
And then you were with me. We had a car, and there was this bridge.
Hey.
And the bridge.
Hey.
Huh? Am I talking too loud?
No.
The bridge was out, so we had to walk and try to climb this thing. And then all these people at this hospital were all dying and getting shot. And then I said, I'm not going up there. They're going to shoot me. And then you were with me, but you were a little black girl.
What?
And then I was trying to keep you safe and take you with me. And then all of a sudden it got where it was too hard to take you. So I had to leave you. I was coming back to you, and then I think I woke up. But you were, yeah, it was so weird. But most of the time I didn't dream about anybody I knew. It was all people I didn't know. I wish I had more funny stories to tell you.
Yeah, me too.
That guy was hilarious.